smooth as us. See, I done worked and I done bled, cause I done hustled way too hard. And I get further every step, if sky's the limit, shoot for stars, huh? Some didn't think we get here. I told them just watch. I push that light to get that dough, but I don't break cause I've been broke. If ain't no pain, then ain't no growth. To keep it 100, I came in to run it and bet if I had to, I'd do it again. It ain't no race if I don't win. I push that weight to get that dough, but I don't break cause I've been broke. If ain't no pain, then ain't no growth. To keep it 100, I came in to run it and bet if I had to, I'd do it again. It ain't no race if I don't win.
Hi. I can't hear you. Your sound's not working. Go to your settings. Fix your sound. Okay. While Daddy's fixing your sounds, we're going to get right into it. We went to time trials this weekend. We had so much fun. I wrecked my car into a billion pieces, but that is fine. I still got first place, so I got something out of it. But this weekend, we are going to Clark's Vegas for their foam tires event. This is Doug Eak's first time doing foam tires. I'm very excited. He is going to have a 7 scale and a 2-wheel drive class. It's going to be double bracket per entry. It's an A and B bracket. So if you usually run foam tires or been to like a 7 scale event, I can hear you now. Cool. It's most likely like this. So we'll run A bracket, you'll run your car, and then 7 scale will go, and then 2-wheel drive will go, and then we'll do B bracket. So it's not going to be back-to-back running. It's going to be, you're going to run one time, you're going to go charge your batteries and get into the next class. If you're in the next class, okay, 4 cars make a class. So if you have a bandit that you want to bring, or like, I don't know, an 8th scale or 10 scale, and there's other people that are bringing those cars, y'all can make a class too. It is this weekend. It is November 15th. Track fee's $25. We usually kind of start early, so track is probably going to be open by 9 o'clock. Racing normally starts at like 12. So yeah, that's how Doug Eakes runs his race, and it's a really good race. The only thing about this track is that you need to make sure your car's kind of going straight because it has some nasty curbs. Okay, I've hit those curbs a couple times. Then next weekend, we have Leroy's birthday race. It is going to be in Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, 8 scale, 7 scale, 2-wheel drive, anything. Okay, I'll be there. Dad will be there. I know a lot of people are going, so make sure y'all come. That is going to be November 22nd. Obviously, you see the class fees are $50 to $100. Track fee is going to be $20. I went one time. I'm hoping to do better again this next come around. All right, Daddy. Any other things that we need to talk about?
What else we got? So we got
we have JFab's race. JFab's race, December 6th.
In
December, first weekend of December, at RCRDL in Dallas, Texas. We'll be at all these races. Jeez Louise. That's a lot of driving for you, Daddy.
Yep.
A lot of good sleep for me, so it's okay. So now we went into time trials, and we have the fastest people in here. Okay, we got Mo, who ran a 2:09 in his JADO class. We have Dennis Forbes, who ran a 174 in the 5th scale. And then we have Big E, who ran a 127 in 7 scale. And then you have me and Daddy, who ran a 142, and Daddy ran a 146 in 2-wheel drive transmission class. So we both got first and second place, period. Yeah, so let's bring on those winners. Hey, guys.
What's up?
Hello. What's up?
Congratulations to all of y'all for being the world's fastest. I know that's what our plaque says, okay? The world's fastest, and I like it, okay? It definitely gave me some confidence, points, some boosts. Like, it kind of boosts my head. World's fastest? Whoa. I like it.
They're going to have to come out to the time trials next year so they can get their world's fastest.
Very true. It was a great event, though.
Show up, you can't get the title.
That's very true.
Yeah. But it was a good event. I liked the track. I've never been to a track where one, it was covered. That's like a huge plus. And then it had heat and it had fans. So like whether it was hot or cold, like it had AC, guys. Like what? I've never been to a race like that. I didn't even have to stay in the trailer all day. Like it was perfect.
And it had electricity if you needed to plug in. I didn't notice that till later on.
Yeah, you didn't have to be charging those batteries on the top of your hood, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. But we'll start with you, Mo. What all cars did you bring to this event?
Me?
Yeah.
7 scale and Jado. That's all.
Okay. How was your time doing 7 scale?
Terrible. Terrible. I was
What
BK
was the
slow.
problem?
Diff.
Yeah.
My first pass, it kicked out the dog bone. Second pass, you can hear the diff popping.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, we know you did.
7 scales, how often do y'all rebuild the diffs?
How are we rebuilding?
How
often?
Buy a new one and I put about 200K in mine.
Okay.
Dude.
So y'all don't replace the spotter gears and all that? Y'all just buy a whole new diff?
Pretty much. I do anyway.
Wow. You just throw yours away? No. We're rebuilding, aren't we, Daddy? We're rebuilding.
I guess. I don't know. We ain't got in the 7 scale yet. We're gonna find out.
We're gonna be rebuilding.
I say when you destroy a diff, just replace everything. If you got a plastic case, just change it out. It's very cheap. Yeah, because it's not like you got aluminum, unless you go aluminum with everything, now that's different.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
you
we
don't
used
have to do that.
aluminum.
Yeah, you don't
Is
have to.
everybody upgrading their diffs to the aluminum, or most of them running the plastic?
No, you don't have to. If you get a Habor, it's strong enough to handle it without upgrading. You can, but that's your call. I mean, there's a lot of people that don't upgrade hardly anything on that car. They just change it out once you
All
get
stock.
into hairy situation. Like I know Big E's a super all stock with most of his cars.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
But I run the Habeo GTB diff cups on there. The diff cups, the stock diff cups can't take that.
No,
Yeah,
and you'll
so
notice
it's stock.
the Habeo upgraded ones. The stock ones have a hole in them. They're lightweight.
Yeah,
The
they.
Habeo ones are much beefier.
Yep.
Yeah, if you don't remember, that's why I had that nice
Oh,
stab in the neck. That stab in the neck came from Wonk's stock diff cups.
Wow.
so
You know,
maybe
if y'all go to McMaster Car too. Go to McMaster Car and get the drill blanks, and you'll never break no pins. Go get the drill blanks.
That's good info.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
info.
wheel pins on there. Cut your own wheel pins. Cut your own drill blanks. Everything, and you'll never have a problem with any of that stuff
Hold
at
it up
all.
again, Mo.
Show it again.
What is it?
That's the difference between the two.
Mm-hmm. You know, the Ram Jam diff cups, they work pretty good too. I haven't had any of those break either. And the good thing about the Ram Jam diff cups is you can slide your shims right on it without taking the diff apart. So you can slide the shims on there.
That's convenient.
More.
That's
Oh,
very
really?
convenient.
I
know that.
definitely don't think I'll get like the stock one. I think I'll definitely upgrade because I don't want what happened to your neck to happen to mine. I don't think I would cry. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't want that to happen to anyone that's standing behind me. And Daddy usually stands behind me, so I'm good on that. So
Yeah.
You know, my dip went out on my second pass this weekend, but I'll be honest with you, it's actually the ceramic bearing that broke in my car. It wasn't even the dip. The ceramic bearing broke and took everything out.
dude. Okay, what bearings are you using?
Right now I use Angel Diaz bearings. That's all I use. I use his bearings and his spools. And but you know, the ceramic bearings, I'll probably go back to using regular metal bearings in my differentials. Ceramic bearings, they work great. but they're meant to have very low resistance. So they're meant to have a little bit of slop in them. That little bit of slop can be the difference of whether or not your diff holds up or doesn't. So, I'll probably go back to running fish and reel bearings in my cars now and run the ceramic bearings in all my wheels and whatnot and keep my diffs with the harder bearings in them.
And I'll be honest with the ceramic bearings. If you know you're not a person that oils and maintenance your diff, that is not your option.
Yep.
Okay, so I would recommend using RC Speed secret bearings. Okay, if you've never used them before, so like me and Daddy have been running RC Speed secret bearings for like 3 years. How often do we have to do maintenance on our bearings, Daddy?
Every race.
Rarely.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
not
but
true.
if my car had 6 horsepower, only rear wheel drive, and weighed 4 pounds, I wouldn't need to do anything with my bearings either.
That's true.
I mean,
Exactly.
but these are like military grade bearings. Like they are perfect.
You ever
For
know?
what you're doing right now.
And
Yes.
and they're still going to be perfect for my 7 scale.
Well, that's good advertising.
No,
military grade. I got a bread at home right now that's military grade that's falling apart. Military grade means to the lowest bidder, just to let you know. That's why they got 6P3 tanks now that fire and shoot people on accident.
Look, it's okay because I'm gonna have RC Speed secret bearings in my 7 scale, and when I kick y'all's ass with them and get up 1/10 on y'all,
We'll see.
We'll see.
Long as
Okay.
there's a 24-foot lane, you might be able to do it.
So I got
We'll
all these
see.
seven. Since I got all these 7 scale guys on here, what do you need to upgrade from the very jump on a Hobeo?
Well, your spool is the first thing that's going to be a problem. It's going to strip out, and
Okay.
your diff cups are going to break very quickly. Now you can go with if you got a little bit of extra money and you want to play, you can go with the titanium drive shafts, but mainly you can leave a Hobeo damn near stock and be okay. Your main thing you want to do, upgrade your front CVDs, upgrade your rear dog bones, put a spool on there, get the titanium drive shafts, and you're basically done. That's all you got to do. Run it stock, you're fine.
Very true.
Yeah, get the upgraded chassis when you got some extra money and you wanna brag.
But I watched Big E for 2 years whoop everybody with a stock chassis that all
Yeah,
had
I'll be honest though, man. I went to that Nick Steel chassis now. I'm in love with those new chassis. I upgraded both of my cars. I don't even like upgrading chassis. I tell people that it's bullshit. You don't have to upgrade your chassis. Nick Steele talked me into getting one of his chassis. Man, I'll never look back. My car handles so good now. I don't know what it was with getting that rack and pinion out of there and the steering rack out of there. Whatever it was, my car drives so much better with that Nick Steele chassis. So I don't know. I was always able to make my cars go straight, but they just seem to go so much straighter now.
with more power.
The bell crank.
Well,
you
to
gotta also remember.
be honest, I was running 18 horsepower before with my cars. I'm running like 13 horsepower now, and I'm getting faster. So I've actually taken away power from my cars, and I've gotten faster. So, the big problem was I kept pushing more and more power, and I kept getting slower. So now I keep taking away power, and I seem to go a little bit quicker. So I don't know. It's probably not for everybody. I know everyone's got these new Ghost systems, and they make a god awful amount of power, but for me, a lot of times I try to take a lot of power out of my car.
My best numbers have always been at 13 horsepower, 14 horsepower, not 17 or 18. And that carbon fiber has memory. So it has a tendency not to want to twist.
Yeah. Well, they got the chassis braces on there and everything. Now they got the standoffs on there. Like, it really makes it like the TSG chassis. They got those big aluminum standoffs on there. Like, these new chassis they're making, they're not going to twist on you anymore. It ain't like the old ones anymore,
Very true.
Yeah.
And now we got Nick Steele in the comments. Look at that. What's up?
Nicholas, what's happening?
So I have a question. So you run Spectrum, Biggie. Why do you choose that?
I've been running it for like 10 years now, and I've been able to beat most people with it without any really trouble. And I can't see spending $700 to learn something new, You know, why would I spend extra money to learn something if I can beat almost everybody with what I got? It doesn't. So I'm just good at using Spectrum. It works good for me, you know. So just like if you have a car that never breaks down on you and it always runs good and it beats everybody, why would you go and buy a new car? You know, now you got to learn the new car. You got to figure it out. I mean, why not just keep doing what you're doing? Now, if everybody started out classing me and beating me and making me look like a clown out there with Fatabas, I would upgrade. But until that happens, I just don't think there's really a necessary way to do it. I mean, why would I do it?
Well, I
Very
talked to
true.
one of these fast guys. I'm not gonna call his name, but he said he can only go fast with the Spectrum remote. He's tried the Futaba and he can't. But with the Spectrum, he can definitely run his low 1-2s.
Yeah, I don't know what the case is, man, but I mean, you see people like Wonk, if you're fast, you're fast, you'll figure it out one way or the other. I've seen Wonk go from TSM to Fataba to, if you're fast, you can do anything, I got teammates that go back and forth from Spectrum to Fataba and they both are blistering fast, if you put in the time, you can be fast with anything you want,
Very
I don't
true.
think it matters too much what remote you have. I think it matters what kind of brain you have.
Yeah.
All
So would
right,
you
Big
say
E.
Spectrum? Would you say Spectrum is like easier to use?
It is for me because I know how to use it. But
Like
I
for a
mean,
new, so like for a new that's coming in and wants to do 7 scale, would you say that Spectrum may be easier than using Futaba?
it probably would be, but I don't use Fataba, so I really don't know. I don't know how hard it would be for me to find a one step on a Fataba and tune the car, and I don't think it'd be that difficult for me to figure that out.
Well, I'm a Futaba guy with a Spectrum, and I don't think it's easier with a Spectrum than it is Futaba.
Yeah.
You think it's easier with the Futaba?
I think it's they're different. Both of them are about the same amount of difficulty.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see how difficult it'd be to get your Vitava going straight, find a one step and go in a parking lot with some prep and find the one step to make it run good, you know what I mean? And then start tuning it in from there. I mean, it's basically the same thing with the Spectrum, I get it to where the car goes straight and I start messing with the remote till it starts holding the power down. That's it. So I
I
mean,
think it's the same. You just got to put the time in it. That's
yeah,
all.
I think that's it. It's just easier for me because I already know all the settings on the Spectrum, so I know
Correct.
exactly what to do. If I had
And
a
it's
Fatapa for 10
mhm,
years, I don't think it'd be that hard for me to figure it out. You're only good with what you know. So if you know how
correct.
to use the Fataba, you'll know how to set it up. If you know how to hell, these guys with TSMs, I mean, they kill people with TSMs, they can use that. I mean, there's so many different remotes you can use. If you're good at it, you're good at it. Especially with
Correct.
these aftermarket gyros now. You can throw an aftermarket gyro in your car and you can use a Sanya, whatever remote you want to use. These aftermarket gyros have changed everything to where a lot of people don't even run the regular gyros anymore. They buy the perfect pass gyros and throw them in their car. I hear those work great.
Correct. I think it's whatever you came in with and you're comfortable with. They
Mhm.
have they have something that you can use if you put the time in.
Yep.
Hmm.
So, Big E, what features do you use on your Spectrum besides
Uh,
travel?
Generally, I use speed. Yeah, I use speed on my remote. That's usually the only thing I'll use.
Cool.
So
Hmm.
that's basically a one step, and it'll get you going.
Wow. See, on my Futaba, I use like 12 different pages.
There you go. But I'll be honest. I'll be honest though. I don't come from the remote tuning game like a lot of people do. A lot of people they'll have their car and it won't be set up right, and they'll spend the next 10 hours trying to set the remote to the car. I try to set my car up perfectly. I'm more of a car tuner than a remote tuner, so I know how to set my suspension. I know how to set my chassis up. I know how to get my car to hold the power down. The remote, basically, all I needed to do was just hit the power and hit the brakes, and that's really about it. So, the work I do on my remote's very minimal. So basically, speed gives me everything I need to where I can cut a little bit of power down or not. Sometimes I'll go over to throttle travel and I'll cut some top end power down if my car's spinning. Aside from that, that's all I use.
So how do you tune your car?
It's too long to talk about that.
mhm.
So and what electronic do you use the most of your tuning?
What electronics?
Yeah. Like, do you tune more in like your EC? Do you tune more like in your remote, or do you use the timing, or do
I
you use the
in my
timing more?
stock, my chassis more. My remote, I don't barely do anything on that. I'll change one or two settings depending on the car spinning or not with travel and speed. My tuning comes from the chassis, the shocks, the steering, having everything perfectly straight, making sure I can turn off my AVC and the car still will take off straight. That's where my tuning comes from. It's
Wow.
more of an old school strategy. I used to race these cars before we had the gyros and all the other stuff, and we would go straight back then. So,
Dennis. Okay. My bad. Go ahead, Vicky.
oh, you're good. That's about the gist of it. But yeah, I mean, I try to tune my car through the components inside the car, the electronics. At one time they just had a micro switch where you'd hit a button and it would go full power and full off. And people were able to make those cars go straight for years. So now these remotes that are coming out almost have more technology in them than you even need.
Okay. Dennis,
Very true.
Big
What's
E,
up?
Yeah.
what diff fluid do you run in those big cars, and why?
I usually run 500,000 in the front and about 250 in the rear.
I
Um,
usually that's the same thing. Whatever I got in the front, I cut it in half.
that's
I
right.
don't and I don't lock my front diff up. Like a lot of people think you just lock it to hell and no, no. You
Yeah,
need
well,
movement.
at 500,000, it's locked enough, but it still has a little bit of give. If
That's what
you
you want.
hit some dirt in the track, the last thing you want to do is have a locked up diff to where both tires are getting constant power while one tire's sliding out. If you have a little bit of play in your diffs, if you ever lose traction going through the prep or anything like that, you want a working diff in the back of the car to keep the car straight. You
Correct.
know, so especially with the way that we race, if the tracks were all the way prepped all the way down, we could have locked diffs
A
and be able.
lock diff. Yeah.
We don't have drag rails. These cars, they need a working diff, especially as they get out of the prep. When they get out of the
Right.
prep, one wheel will be spinning differently than the other one.
And so also that means don't take your diff and put 500 and fill it till you got diff fluids mushing out of it when you go to screw it together. You need a little air in that diff for it to work. You
Yeah,
don't need to, you
yeah.
know,
You don't want to fill it up all the way. You just want to fill it up to where it's over, basically over the cross members. If it's over the cross members, you're good to go.
correct.
Mm,
So, but a lot of times they'll give you weight specifications to weigh your diff and put the right amount in it. Like when you work on serpents and stuff, they'll tell you exactly what weight, and you can have a scale and weigh your differentials to put the exact amount of fluid in it. So, a lot of times just reading the manual, you'll be surprised. A lot of people buy these cars, they never even look at the manual, and it has a lot of tips in it.
Okay,
Like,
so Armando has a question, okay, and y'all can all answer to this. He says he's new to this. If your car is set to a certain power and chassis is set, how can you go faster?
it depends on what your car is doing. If it's spinning, it's gonna be slower, so you got to cut it down. It means if it ain't got enough power, you got to cut it up.
First of all, you got to let your car tell you what it needs, okay? You go out there, you set your, if you, first of all, square your car up very good and go out and run your car and pay attention to what the car's doing. See where your car's spinning. My basic rule of thumb is I start with my tune off the line, then I do my mid track, then I do my top end. So I always know where to adjust when things aren't going how I may want. And you also got to know when you go to a different track, it's going to like different stuff.
Right.
So be ready to adjust. You can't just go out and think you're going to have a basic tune that's going to work everywhere you go. It doesn't work like that. So work on your suspension. First of all, you got to have your suspension right, or you can't put the power on the ground.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Take steps. Have steps with your tune. Get you a program together, and you just you get your program like boom, boom, boom steps. That's how you do it. Because I
I
can put five cars together and they'll go straight.
Yeah, I seen
You
a lot
know,
of that track the other day. I seen people with their car up 30 millimeters in the front end, and you could just watch the tires blow off the car as they took off. You
correct.
seen a lot of that the other day at the time trial. The front end of the car was just so high up, the back end was low, and they just couldn't hook the power. You got to have that chassis set up right to where it can transfer that power from the front to the back. You know, you want to go to the ground, and as you take off, you want that front end to come up, and you want the back end to squat, and you want it to shoot out of there. You know,
How how important is wheelie bar height?
it depends on
Vary
the
depending on the chassis. How you got your suspension.
yeah. For
Your front wheels should never come off the ground.
that's right. Yep.
And there was a lot of that going on Saturday.
Well, you could tell when they lined their cars up. I watched somebody, you could put your thumb under his wheelie bar, and the front end of his car was 15 millimeters off the ground or so. That's not going to work.
Yep. If the track's smooth, you can put the wheelie bar damn near on the ground. If the track's bumpy, you got to raise the wheelie bar up some, but you kind of want to keep the wheelie bar as low as possible. But if the track's bumpy, as soon as you hit one of those bumps, that wheelie bar is going to pick the back wheels off the ground. So it just depends on how the track is. If the track is bumpy, you got to pick that wheelie bar up and hope the car is set up right to deal with that. If the track's smooth, you can run it nice and low. You know.
So learn how to read your track.
Yep.
Learn how to look down that track and notice the differences in height changes. You got to pay attention. It's a lot of information. Some people can't process it all. Some people can.
Can't do it on the couch though.
I think they can.
What'd you say?
And you're one of those people that can, right?
I'm a nerd. So what?
That's good. Okay, so I do want to take a moment to talk about your 30-pound car that went a 174, which is insane. Okay. That's insane. Okay. If y'all did not see on my live, this man had a 30-pound car. It was literally what, 28 pounds, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 28 pounds. FG. And I hate to say this because some people may think I'm lying, but that was the fourth pass I ever made with that car on phones. So
Love that car. That car was awesome.
Dude. And then I made this joke. Well, it wasn't a joke to me until it became a joke. I was like, I would never get that car because I could never pick it up and like bring it to the line. He said, you don't. You drive it.
exactly.
And I see why. The car is insanely too heavy. But for that heavy car to go a 174 is insane. Like,
I'll be honest with you, that car has a 1.6 in it easily. But I didn't have Nick, he didn't bring his out, so the challenge wasn't there. So I'm waiting on his next event. So y'all all know he don't have no excuses he can make up. We all see.
bruh, we say it.
Especially if we're at his home track. He needs to bring his car.
Wow.
That's true.
That is
So I got
insane.
a question. You said that car was 15 years old.
Yeah.
How long
I bought
have
that
you
car.
been racing? So how long have you been racing RC?
Oh, probably me and Nick was like this. We started this stuff a long time ago. I can remember we started off doing speed runs. I remember picking Nick up from Atlanta, driving to Florida to do some speed runs, and then driving back to Atlanta, drop him off to come back home. That was over 15 years ago. And we both had our FGs in a Toyota Camry. We had like 17 cars in there. It was crazy.
Dude,
Crazy packing.
dude. That's
So
insane.
yeah, I just been doing it for a long time. I got in the hobby. I was one of those kids that would go buy a Radio Shack car when I was 9 and put 40 C batteries, 40 AA batteries on it, and it would make 2 of the baddest passes of your life, and you're gonna cook it. And that's just what I used to do. I was just one of those. I took everything apart. I got more whoopings. I took my mama's brand new stereo, first CD
You
player we
sound like
had, and
me.
computer apart. I took everything apart. That's
That is so good.
curiosity.
You and Daddy are two peas in a pod. So you don't understand. We've had like 50 Xboxes, and every single one of them have been taken apart and put back together. Every single one.
You gotta learn. It's just part of it. If you got the capacity to take apart, put back together, well, what you waiting on?
That's the best way to learn it.
So
Just remember, For all the kids out there, I didn't tell you to take nothing of your mom and daddy's stuff apart so you get in trouble. I'm not in that. I'm not in
Listen to that.
that.
Okay,
'Cause
so
I got in a lot of trouble for doing that.
terrible. That was not me. Okay, so I have a question. So when you show up to the track, every time I've seen you, Dennis, you have like 12 cars on the table. Some of the cars on the ground because you don't have enough table for the cars. Some cars still sitting in the trunk because you can't take them out because you ain't got nowhere to put them. How do you run 8 cars in one day without mixing all that stuff up and still making sure that you're running consistently and fast?
Okay, this is what I do. The reason why I take that many cars out only because I got one or two one or two cars that I know are my for sure cars.
Mhm.
But I like trying new things. That's why I like this hobby. I like to see if somebody got a new ESC out, somebody got another motor out. I'm going to try all of it because I just like making and figuring the things out. That's why I like this hobby. I don't want to go to the track with what everybody's running and do. That's fine. I may have one of those cars like that, but I'm about to try this over here because ain't nobody messing with it yet. And nobody's gotten anything to work for it yet. But combinations, you never know what's going to work with what. That's
Right.
why I have every kind of motor. I have all the new ESCs. I'm just going to try stuff. That's what I like about the hobby. So what I'll do is I'll go out, make a couple hits, see what does what, and then I'll move on. Because I didn't know if you noticed by the way I move. Oh, I got a little ADHD somewhere along the line. So I cannot sit there and watch everybody race. It'll make me go crazy. I need to do something. So that's why I'm gonna be in every class because it's easy for me to process all that. Like I know some people may be like, "Oh man, well, how you remember all those tunes?" The moment I run the car, I change the tune right there before I put the remote down. So when I pick it up, I'm not trying to figure it out. I already remember what was going on with that car, and I just move on to the other car. Yes, I'll go back to my go-to cars, but just like this weekend, I didn't run a number with my 7 scale till I tried Big E prep because my prep was not working to the power of the tuning that had in my cars because the West Bank track is a little higher traction where I run it. So once I put Big East prep on, I ran a number, then I turned the car up more and it lost it. And then I was like, well, I'm not worried about that anyway. I want to really run this FG because I brought it and it took so much space up that I'm just like, well, we'll see. So yeah. I like information. That's what I like.
All right. Since you got all the information, I'm gonna ask you to get a viewer some education. Cooking prep without any additives for a 7 scale car. What's the basic cook time? No additives.
It is not a basic cook time possible because it's all about your heat. And if you're cooking on gas or if you're cooking on electric, what you need to do is, with your basic prep, is you need to learn to take it off and let it cool off and see what it does. Because every stove and every temperature is going to have a different. One thing you better not do is don't leave it on too high, or you're going to have a mess that's going to be hard to clean up and it's going to stink. So there is no basic cook time. If you're cooking on gas, it's going to cook faster. If you're
So
cooking at a
what?
little higher temperature,
So
I
what
like
are
a
you
low and
looking for?
slow. I'm looking for a consistency. I'm looking for what I do is I'll take a spoonful of it, put it in the refrigerator, or put it outside, or put a little bit in something, and get a consistency. And you got to remember, you got to change all that for the weather. So
That's true.
now all that thick, you can get that out the door. That thick ain't gonna do nothing but burn your ESC up. So now you got to change. You got to have something that you're gonna put in there, and you got to take it off and check. You can't. There's no rule of thumb when it's the weather's changing. You got to be able to. And you know what the best thing to do? Don't come out to the track with one prep. That's the
True.
worst thing you could do. Come out there with 2, 3, 4 preps so you can figure out what's going to work. Sometimes you have to mix one, put one on top of the other, but you just got to try options till it works.
Okay.
Right.
Once you get a feel for it, you'll know. But you can't go by somebody telling you. It's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. You don't even know what kind of electrical system or what kind of stove they got. So you saying, "Oh, I'm cooking it on 3," and then he got a different stove. 3 ain't gonna be the same for him. The guy next door from me, it won't work the same. So don't try to copy what somebody telling you. You got to just go spend some money on the K-Roll and try. That's basically it. I mean, you could take a tool from somebody, and if the prep ain't right, it ain't gonna work for you. You can have the exact same everything.
Yep.
So
Now,
the basics is get off the couch and go test.
get off the
That's
couch.
it.
Get in the kitchen. How about that?
There you go.
So are you going to Flip Fest?
Of course, I'm going to Flip Fest.
Who wouldn't?
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
glad. See, the racing ain't over for me after the race. After that race, do you know how many times I watched that videos, Biggie car taking off, and I'm listening, and I put it on the big screen. I'm not watching it on my phone. I'm putting it on the surround sound so I can hear. So I can hear what his tires are doing, hear what that motor is doing. If you want to do the work, you want to be fast, pay attention. And when I get home from a race, the smartest thing I do, I go test within a day too. You know why? Because your eyes can still remember what that number looked like. So you can try to make your car do that. It's easier to do it that way. When I come back from work 2 weeks later, I can't remember what a 1, 2, 3 looked like or a 1, 2, 8. But when I get home, I'll remember.
hmm. Okay. So, Mo, we have a question from Brian. He wants to know if the Armor or the Hobea is better. Which one do you prefer and why? Mo.
Obey.
Obeo.
Why?
It's a better built car. Better diffs in it. Better ergonometry. Just a faster car all around. Habeo is more of a drag car. The Arma is much more of a basher.
Very true.
Y'all all agree?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So
The
that's your
first
answer.
limit, well, even in the first limitless, it didn't even have mile one diffs. It had 32 pitch. They couldn't handle the power.
Yeah.
And then when the Cabello came out, y'all gotta remember how many limitlesses. Limitless changed the game. It was great for RC, not knocking it at all. But the moment the Cabello came out, we went from all having 2, 3 limitlesses to instantly having 2 Cabellos quickly.
I couldn't get my limitless out of 1.5s without something going wrong with it. I had to upgrade all kinds of stuff, but I couldn't get out of the 1.5s. I bought a Habeo. I had a 138 within the same week of buying it.
See?
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and that was just a stock Habeo. That was before I even put diff cups in it. Like
Exactly.
and that was back in the day when we were just rolling it and dropping it on the ground. We weren't even goddamn allowed to roll at the line. You know,
Yep.
it was
I
a nightmare.
remember it. I was there in the race, you did it.
So what style of racing do y'all like better? Rolling at the line or rolling on the table?
I did like rolling at the table more, but I don't care anymore. As long as
I
it has to do the same thing, I don't care anymore.
correct. As long as we all fighting against the same thing, that's all I feel like to me, I do like going fast as possible. I do find
Right.
that rolling on the ground offers you a little bit more um opportunities to go a little faster. But you can go fast with running off the table too. It's a
Well,
little messier,
the other day
you
at the
know.
track, the way it was, I think we could have been just rolling on a table and dropping it and been just as fast because of
Well,
how humid it was. It depends
you're
on the humidity on how the racing is.
correct.
If it's real
You're
humid outside and it's wet outside, that prep will stay sticky and gooey, and you can make
true.
super hard passes. Where if it's real hot and the humidity ain't out, that prep dries so quick that if you don't roll
Locks
it,
up.
that's just going to blow the tires off.
Correct. Well,
Yes.
if you really think about it, Biggie, your first pass, you didn't roll like normal people roll when they first come to a naked track. You put a little bit of prep down and just shot your car. You
Yeah.
didn't, it wasn't like what you see some people doing.
Yeah, I don't need a long launch pad with my car. I'm used to just rolling it and dropping it. I come from that era, but I just need enough to just get me that power, that instant burst. And after that, I want my car out of that prep. I don't want that prep holding my car back. I want my car to be out of that prep and going. So if I put a 20-foot launch pad in my car, it's got to fight through that 20-foot launch pad to get out, you know? So a lot of times that doesn't help you. It doesn't help your ESC. It doesn't help anything. If your car only needs 5 foot of prep, you only want a 5-foot launch pad, you know?
Very true.
People need
Very
more,
true.
less, but you know, you don't want your ESC burning up. So you can get it out of that prep real quick. It's better for your car.
Okay.
Yep.
So what about if they fully prep the track?
Nobody does that.
No. And I'm gonna tell you what happens when you fully prep a track. When you break traction, you're gonna go from bad to horrible when it breaks because you're not gonna control it. It's gonna lose it. Because a lot of people, you gotta remember, I raced RCDRL for a long time. And when we would break traction, yeah, go pick up some parts. Because when it goes, it
If
goes.
they fully prep the track, you know, they're going to put what, VHT, PJ1 on the track. That's what they're going to use. Our goddamn sugar prep is going to cover that up in about 5 passes. So
True.
it's not even going to be a point after about 5 or 6 passes. Our sugar prep's going to get all over it, and it's just going to basically negate the whole thing, you know? Now, if you're prepping your tires with the corn syrup and stuff, then yeah, fully prepping the track might work. But I mean, we're gonna mess that track up in a minute, you know. So yeah, I don't think it'll do much good with these cars. You know, for rails and stuff, it makes a difference. For these cars, I don't think it matters. I don't think it helps.
No, especially with the weight of our vehicles. The rails, they're light. They need it. It's different. It's a whole different animal though, too.
Yep.
So Mo, Wonk wants to know what tune you were putting in the controller that made you make that stink face.
Tell him about a big bear tune. I was looking at his belly, and it made me anxious.
Oh, so Daddy, also another thing, Mo just showed your wheels that you made.
Oh yeah, I've been asking how much are they?
That's clean. Is
How
that
much
a
are they, Daddy?
rubber? Is that a rubber? Okay, on the outside.
Let's see.
No, it's like you know my front wheels that are on my car.
Yeah,
they're just like that.
Somebody been 3D printing. Okay.
It's a wheel. I don't know if you can see that.
It's breaking up. Back it up, son.
It ain't gonna be able to see it with
you gotta take your
There you go.
background on. Hold on.
No. When you hold it there, you can see it better. Don't go
when
so
you hold
close.
it in front of yourself.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. That's
So it's
perfect.
a wheel,
And
then
we
it's
have
a
it.
tire.
Okay. So are you gluing that tire or just putting it on?
Gluing it.
Okay. And if it's handling it on y'all cars, it can handle that. Yeah. I need something in
They
that
for the
100-mile-an-hour range.
Yeah, they for the JDO.
Now we do have wheels that me and Daddy do run on our cars. So like if you have a 2-wheel drive, we have ours too.
Hey,
I'm gonna be
Big
getting
E.
with y'all.
Big E.
Yeah.
Is that a RC51 back there?
Yeah.
Hey, I bought one of those to make custom parts for it years ago when it first came out.
Yeah, we got an RC51 here with all the goodies on it. We got a ZX right here, ZX10R, and we got the BMW. And then we got a ZX650 that my girl seemed to questionably might be blown up. Gonna parse the engine now to see what's going on with it, if it's locked up or not.
Okay, I used to road race a RC51 back in the 90s.
Yeah, they're great bikes.
2001 on that one.
But yeah, that's the Nikki Hayden edition there. But I almost died on, so I will never get rid of it. Me and it got hit by a car and broke my back in 11 places and broke my neck and all kinds of stuff to where me and that girl, we're going to finish life together probably.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Daddy, you have a question. How much are those and can you make them in different sizes?
$15, but they only for the JDO. I only made them for the JDO.
Those are only made for JDOs. We have some already made in different ones. Do you have the other ones?
Just for JDO.
No,
and
do you have the other ones?
And these are for our cars.
2-wheel drive cars.
Yeah.
Hey, let me get 3 of them JDO ones. I'm gonna hit you after the.
Hold on, man. Hold on. You get
You
them
already
after the
knew.
next race. You can get them
And
after
they
the
No.
next
super
race.
light.
You can get them after the next race, Dennis.
You knew once he showed me I was gonna get some, so I don't even know why you acting like that.
Dude. See, look, listen, this is why, listen, Mo has actually been really liking them. He's been testing them for weeks for us. So, like, he really likes them. He would tell us if they were crap. He would be like, I'm not putting
I
these
just
on.
don't want the pair that he had on when he kissed that pole. That's the only pair I don't want.
No, those,
They survived, I think.
One of
um,
them did. The other one got destroyed.
no, half of, with the little muffler, it got bent.
Yeah.
His little thing.
Of course it got bent.
He wrapped around the thing.
I tore mine up last race. I'm talking about bent my muffler, and y'all gotta understand, these mufflers you cannot get anymore. These are not, I already know what it is because I heard the car. You can't get that anymore. Mm-mm.
So what? They got some aftermarket replacement or something? Nothing. Oh wow.
There's a couple of our favorite muffler. We all in RC that plays Nitro. We all know what it is. You cannot get that muffler. You got to find them. Everybody checks eBay habitually. That's just what it is.
What do they sell for?
You can still get them for 60, $80.
Okay.
They used to be $40, $30 a piece.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness. Yeah,
So when you see a Nitro person wreck their car, all the Nitro people feel that pain because we know it's some stuff on there you cannot get anymore.
why aren't they still producing those products though? Like,
Because Nitro is not, it's not big like it used to be anymore. It's just
really?
like right now. Those tires that was on that car I had, the fifth scale, you can't get that tire anymore. You ain't been able to get them in a year and a half. That's why I only had 4 passes on them because I can't risk making 50 passes on them because I know all I got is 2 sets. And I have people begging me for those because the guy
Wow.
he stopped making them. Nobody else produces them. I've even contacted BSR. Y'all know I'm a dealer. I know all these people, all the owners still can't. Unless they see a big market, they're not going to produce anything. It's
back
not profitable.
in the day with electric, electric was dead at one time. You couldn't get parts for electric because they were slow. Everybody knew Nitro was faster. It just depends on what's
Correct.
faster. Now electric's running faster, so it's taken over. But back in the day, Nitro ruled. Everybody ran Nitro back in the day because it was faster than electric. So
Everybody.
yeah. So it just depends. As as technology changes, that's what happens. That's exactly what happens. So now you can't get Nitro parts because they're slower than the electric. So everyone's moved over.
Very true.
Yeah. But I love
Yep.
the sound of a Nitro. I love the smell, the sound. Nothing like it.
Nothing. And
I
that's
don't
how
know.
you know how long you've been in the hobby.
The sound could be better. Okay, the sound.
No.
Huh?
No.
I
You just ain't had a Nitro remote in your hand. That sound
have
is
it, and I'm also okay with not having. Like, I would told Mo, I was like, I want you to build me one, and then Daddy was like, I'm not working on that damn car. You better.
oh
I used to
no.
run
It's
Nitro in the
work
90s.
now. It's
It's work.
work. That's why he knows. It is not you travel 3 hours away from your house and the humidity and temperature is different. You got to retune that whole car. I'm telling you right now.
Yep. Nitro is meant for real tuners.
Yep.
Very true.
Nitro taught me a lot of stuff. Nitro taught me back in the day.
Man,
I take.
it rained out there. My tune totally changed.
Yep, because the moisture got in the air thicker. I felt it when it did it. And because I'm a nitro head, I knew you was finna have to retune. I
Yep.
said,
You
well,
lock
I
up,
hope you got a
lock up
screwdriver.
that like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish my cars would have ran better out there. Golly.
Well,
I
if
just
you would have
wish,
probably had somebody pushing you, somebody else, you probably would have.
Yeah. Yeah.
guys. I was just wondering why that happened, bro. My Facebook just went off. It's okay. We're gonna repost. It's fine. But wow, I would like to run a JDO, but Daddy has to like fix it. But I can tune. Like, I believe I'm a real tuner, so as long as I get the tuning part and like he fixes it, we'll be okay.
CiCi, you get a JDO, your daddy man will get you 2 motors. two backup motors right now, because you're gonna pop. This is everybody that's ran nitro is gonna agree with me on this. You're gonna blow that first one up, okay? Because you're not gonna be familiar with hearing the limits of it. Nobody does. Mo, am I lying?
No,
I don't know. I feel like
not at all. When I started, yeah, I think I done blew up 4 expensive motors. Expensive motors.
That's what I'm saying. And you lucky that your daddy's at a level he wouldn't get you a 3.3, because you'll go through 2 or 3 of them like boop boop boop. So yeah, don't. It's a learning curve. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you can't do it.
I think it would be a great learning curve. But
Yeah, but
also,
guess. Hmm.
I thought foam tires would be like a huge learning curve. But honestly, it just made me like actually love my car more. So
I did rubber. I did all of them. I like foam, and I'm gonna tell you, I like the way we do it right now. And I'm gonna tell you the main reason. Because it saves money. I can remember going to races where you had to bring so many backup tires because you was just gonna eat them up when they were doing dry tire.
dude,
I like saving money. I'm
me
sorry.
too. So here's the thing. So me and Daddy were going through like we have a box of like Dynatech tires, right? And like we were going through and we're like, geez, every time we go testing, that's like $30. Okay, because like we don't just make 1 or 2 passes. No, we make like 25 passes to get the worth out with cleaning the entire car out, right? So every time
Hmm.
we pass them, we're spending like $30. Now on rubber tire, if we don't blow a tire, we're not spending any money.
Yeah,
Okay.
but y'all, that's because y'all running some of the softest foams available. So
No,
you're gonna,
not all the
it's got a
time.
cost. Nah, you say what you want, CC. Your foam is much softer than what like the 7 scale on the the BSRs. They're much softer than that
Well,
type of tire.
that's very true. But I'm also running tires that work really good for my car.
Oh no, I'm not knocking you. I'm saying, but that's the cost when you got a soft foam. The
Yeah.
cost is they just not gonna stay as long. And just think about what if you was trying to do that without without prep. Ooh, y'all would have been quit.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I always tell people like this is not a cheap hobby. Like you have to have money to be competitive. Like
Now, no, let's be real. You can make it bearable on your pocket if you do it a certain way.
yes,
Like if you go out and get a 7 scale and you get your tune right. I have 7 scales that I've been running the same tires for a year on. Like, and I've been to 4 or 5 events. You can do it that way. But if you want to do it at a super high level, now that's where the money changes.
Right.
yeah.
I started telling people a while ago, this is no longer a hobby. It's semi-professional because of the time and the money you put into it. Mainly the time.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Semi-pro.
you have to mark it as like your business on taxes. Like it's a business that sucks and you don't make no money. That's it. I mean, really and truly, because like the amount of money you have with traveling, hotels, and then parts, insane.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I've done it both ways. I've done it cheap with my trailer, sleeping in it, packing my food. I've done it. I've done it leisurely where I go get a hotel and I just get a real good room and just bring in extra cars just to run, and but it's certain things you could do to help. Stuff like don't leave your batteries charged up. Discharge them and put them in storage mode.
You do
Those
that.
little tricks save a lot of money. And now they got so many aftermarket discharges where you don't have to have the baddest, but you want a good charger because you don't want to charge your batteries wrong because once again you're going to mess them up, right? It's just certain things you can do to save money if you want to do it that route. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a money pit. It's not a money pit for everybody, but we trying to do it at a higher level, so it's going to probably cost you a little more.
I
You
can
know,
say this weekend was probably my most expensive weekend ever. And I'm gonna
that's
say
because you
this
tore
is
up a car.
you know why? Because I tore up an entire car. Okay. And yes, I did get first place, but I didn't get no dang money. I got a plaque. I'm very happy for my plaque. But if it came with like, a little envelope, it would have been better.
Guess what it came with? It came with something that said you're the world's fastest in that class.
And let me
Who
tell
got
you,
their plaque handy?
and you know what I thought about? I thought about this the entire way home. I was just like, this is what I get for being the fastest. Because every time you go fast and you're trying to be the fastest, you end up paying the fastest person's price, which is money in parts.
CiCi, after you ran a 143,
I should have put the car up.
and I knew already, I said, Dennis, you ain't put your my one transmission on here. I can get to a 145, but I might get but 1 or 2 passes, and something gonna break in that transmission. Until I put my mod, and I have the mod 1 transmission sitting there, and I said, nope, she can have it. I'm not even pushing my car anymore. I'm making 4 passes, and whatever it does, that's what it do. She can have all the guts and glory. But let's be honest, with this title, yes, you didn't win money, but with the title like this, and you got paperwork and you got videos, what these people need to learn is there's sponsorship money available for you to get when you're like this, okay? So in the long run, you're gonna save some money somewhere because that title means something.
Yes. And the thing is, though,
Anybody got their plaque handy?
No, I'm not. I'm offshore. I'm in Middle Gulf of Mexico.
that's
Really?
really cool. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
I see Chevron. Y'all need to
Yeah.
bring them gas prices down some.
Yeah. Fix
Yeah,
that.
like I got something to do with that. Sure.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, let me just get a couple gallons. Okay, here's the
I
There
know
you
plaque.
go,
you get
Mo.
a discount on fuel. There we go.
No,
You don't? They don't give you
No,
like a
man.
Chevron gas card? Nice.
Daddy, he brought the plaque.
Wow.
there's
Is
look
that
good,
rig
Mo.
moving? Or
that
it's standing
plaque is-
still?
It's sitting still right now.
You can't feel it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Anyway. Yeah, but I like the plaque. The plaque looks really good on my trophy wall. But I should have put my car up. But also I wanted to test because like I made that pass like that was what my 6th pass maybe.
Okay, my question is this then. So, what else was you trying to do? You had the record with the first 2 passes.
Honestly, I was trying to make a faster pass than the 142.
She was trying to
Yeah, I
Honestly,
know.
so
But your
here,
car broke traction the moment it left the line. CiCi.
yeah, and I couldn't stop it. It was on the wheel.
No,
It
it
was
was too late. I
It
seen
was
it.
on the wheelie bar. It was on the wheelie bar. Daddy was like, let off. And I'm like, bro, I did. I let off. I touched the brakes. I mean, I didn't know what to do. It just
Too
would not.
late. Momentum was already going.
I rewatched like the pass before that. The pass before that was a 142 at 102, right? So I backed up my time again. Cool. Okay. So then I was like, okay, let's see if like we can get it down.
That's what gets you every time. That's what gets you every time.
First of all, we did not go beep, beep, beep. Okay. We did not go beep, beep, beep. We just said, hey, let's see if we turn down. What did we turn down? We turned down something. Okay. But I think it was my 2nd point, which makes the ramp going faster.
Mhm.
So my car hit that steel box going 102 miles per hour. That was very sad. But I did get a plaque that said I was the world's fastest. So I'm very happy, I guess. Until I saw until I saw that shopping cart. Daddy sent me that shopping cart list from GFRP with all them damn parts on it. I was like, damn. But I did keep running my car though. I did keep running my car though because I feel like it was so fast that I got to 142 with a little bit more work. I could have got down to like a 130 something. You know what I'm saying? We could have definitely put more time into it to just do that. But
I think you should have tried that Big E prep.
yeah, I definitely think so. So Kevin, okay, world's fastest. Yes, I am the fastest. You might be number 1 in the book, but actually I've been faster than that. And next race, wherever you go, like we can race for it.
Mm-hmm.
You might be the fastest in the RC book, right? But everybody knows, like Mo knows, there's a lot of witnesses there at GT Nationals. My 131. I am fastest. So, Kevin, I listed up 2 of the races I'm going to the next 2 weeks. Meet me there. And Clay Brown said, "What car did I mess up?" I messed up my Ghost 2024 Apollo. Kevin said, "I loved it." Yes, let's lock it in. Let's go. Let's do it. See, this is what I like about this, because like when we get to talking crap, everyone always calls each other out, and I'm very excited.
I like a good call out. I'm not gonna lie.
I love a good call out. See, me and Dennis, we're gonna redo that one.
No, it's not over. It's
No.
not over. You know that.
I know.
When I get home, I'm going ahead and changing out those transmissions. I just ran out of time because it got cold. I couldn't test nothing, and I know I had to build the 5th scale. So yeah, I had a lot of work to do. So I ain't worried about it.
No, I wanna race when we're both ready and both of our cars are at the top of the line. Now I learned how to prep. Mo prep this weekend because we were trying out new things, and I didn't want to, honestly. But
So
I
you
have been
gonna prep
prepping
the
my
7 scale?
No, we're gonna still prep that. That's a heavy car. I can't even lie. Or my arm's gonna be like dead after a couple rolls. Mo, you got me though, right? See?
Okay, well, I got one good question. I don't know if it's out of bounds, but we finna ask Big E. Big E,
Yeah.
what is your preferred ESC right now?
Mama Monster 8S.
Yep. That's
Is
all
that
I
yours?
needed. That's for everybody. Well, right now, okay, I got one for censored, and I got one now for any non-censored motor right now. Nothing can outperform an X8S to me right now,
I haven't
personally.
tried new ESPs.
The,
I haven't tried them. It's again a money thing. I'm not going to change my car if it's working right. So a lot of people in the hobby, they'll go and buy the newest thing every month, and I'm just not into that. I don't choose to do that. So these new ESCs, they might be better. They might even be faster. I don't know, but it's just one of those things. I don't want to change my car until I'm getting outperformed at continuously. Now, if I start
yeah.
getting ripped every weekend and someone's got a Ghost and they're just ripping me up, and yeah, sometimes you got to see the light. But as of right now, I feel like I can still compete with some of the fastest people in the world.
Now, CC, that is why I have 4 or 5 cars right there. Because I got my X8S cars. I got one with a Ghost. I got one with a new Hobby Wing. I got one with a Mad Max. And
It's
I
hard
still end up,
to be the best. If
correct.
you can be the best, if you got 10 different things you're messing with, how can you be the best at one? And that's the problem. Like my cars are twins basically.
I think he's calling you, Dennis. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm just
That was
that basically, a lot of people, they like to compete. It's very hard to be the best. You can be good at all of it, but it's very hard to be the best at one of those classes if you have 5 different things you're juggling. The more cars you have, the harder it is to maintain those cars, keep them going, and
Oh,
really
yeah.
want to go to where if I only have one car that I got to make fast and you're trying to get 5 of them tuned in, I'm probably going to get you out there,
Well, of course.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just too much, So even with the 10 scales, my 10 scales dropped since I went to 7 scales. I was very good at 10 scales at one time, but I put all my heart into 7 scales to see if I could compete with these guys with 7 scale. And immediately from doing that, my 10 scales have dropped to where I'm not as good as I used to be. You can only master one thing at a time.
Yeah. I like to save that comment. I like to clip this moment right here to when I get my 7 scale and I kick your asses in 2 classes.
As long as
see.
40 feet, you might be able to.
We'll see.
Yeah, I feel like
and you ain't even got a good 7 scale right now and talking crap already. That doesn't make sense.
I don't even have one yet.
I ain't never heard somebody pre-talking shit. How do you pre-talk?
I'm pre-talking because it's called manifestation. It's called manifestation. Okay, I'm manifesting $100,000 next year in RC drag racing. Okay.
Okay. I hope you can do that.
listen, in 2026, I'm gonna make $100,000.
How much you want to bet the moment you get a 7 scale and you get to where you're at competing level, your 2-wheel drive will suffer?
No.
Yeah, you crazy.
You know
No.
what you think you're gonna do? You think you're gonna be able to walk away from that 2-wheel drive and it's gonna stay the same. That cars don't work like that.
Okay,
RC cars
so
do
here's
not
the
work
thing.
like that.
So here's the thing. This is really cool, right? So listen to this, right? Wonk said Pops ain't even believe you. But you know what's so crazy? Pops ain't gotta believe me because he's not driving the 7 scale or my 2-wheel drive. The only person I gotta believe is me, right? So here's the cool thing about 7 scale. So at Flip Fest, Daddy will only be driving his 2-wheel drive car, right? So that means he can help me focus on my 7 scale, right? My 2-wheel drive, we got that. Okay. We know I can test that. We know what its possibilities. We know the tires it needs. We know the tune that it needs. Okay. We know a basic tune that we can turn up, turn down, and we know the remote settings. And we got Mo. Okay. Right. Then you got to think, I'm the only one going to be driving 7 scale. So we just need to put our focus in 7 scale for the next, 2-3 months. Okay. Build it, get it right. And once it hits, 118, we good.
All right. Sounds good. I gotta give you a good thumbs up, CiCi.
I didn't say I was gonna spend. I said I'm going to make 100,000. Okay.
I know, but that's why he said
you,
you gonna spend how much?
no, I'm going to make it because I'm racing 7 scale, I'm racing 2-wheel drive, and I'm racing rubber tires. So I believe with all the races that we go to, I just need to win like out of 40 races, I need to win 39 races, and I can become 100.
I'm about to say something to you. CiCi, I run every class when I go somewhere, right?
Right.
I can always tell the class that I put attention in the most. It always is going to do the best, right? I like being able to do multiple classes and competing. As long as I'm competing, I'm okay, right? But I already know I'm not going to be whooping everybody with everything. It just doesn't work like that. You don't have
Oh,
enough time. And you talking about somebody, I get 2 weeks off. So for 2 weeks, I'm playing with cars. Like I sleep in my trailer at home a lot of times.
but I have a question. Hey, Dennis, I have a question. When you go to a race, is it just you working on your cars?
I've never let anybody turn my screws.
Okay,
I
so
don't
there you
like
go. So
that.
let me tell you something. So I have like a little advantage because I have Daddy and I have Mo. Mo will tell me what's right, what's wrong. Daddy will tell me what's right, what's wrong.
I get that. But
Daddy
this is the
will fix.
difference. It's when you're tuning and when you make adjustments on 2-wheel drive, it's going to do different things, right? Then when you
Right.
go back to that 7 scale, you're going to have to learn what it does, and the two lines will at some point cross, and you're going to be like you're going to be when that pressure hits and you're on the line and you're about to face somebody fast, and you say, "Oh, but I could turn up this right here." But you actually that was what your 2-wheel drive liked and not your 4-wheel drive. You see what I'm talking about? And I'm not saying you can't do it because the most compliments I've heard from people be like, dude, how do you compete with all those cars? No, I know I'm not gonna be great with all of them, but I'm gonna compete with them.
Okay.
But I'm just telling you what happens because you're gonna get down there, and it's cool when you testing by yourself. But when you gotta race Big E the next round, and you already in your head seen him run 1-2s all over the place, yeah, your butt cheeks gonna clench up a little bit because you're gonna be nervous,
No,
and then
because
you're gonna get out there and
let me tell you
you're gonna
something. Because let me
just
tell you,
telling you.
I'm also going to be running 1-2s, maybe 1-1s. You never know. Never know.
All
Okay.
right,
But
I
then
hope you
I'm
do.
going to. Okay, Daddy, why are you on Walk's side? Like, I need you to like chill out just a little
He
bit.
said first person in 7 scale with a pit crew. So true.
Okay, chill, bro. See, mom, see, look, mom is supporting me. See, Daddy might have to replace you. Look, I got my cheerleader back. Okay, but I believe I can cut a really good lot, so I'm not worried.
Well, I hope you do.
I've even treed Poetry, and you know how good he is on the lot.
I was just trying to give you a heads up of what you're looking at. That's all.
I heard Flip Tree too. I heard Flip Fest would be on the Pro Tree. I don't know how true it is, but I just heard that. That's gonna be fun.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
I
glad.
hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, that'd be
You
nice.
gotta get
That's
CiCi.
would be a fun race.
wait. So is it gonna be on Instagram?
No,
No.
tree.
I don't
I
like
like
that.
I like the tree. I don't like instant green. I ain't gonna lie.
I like instant green because instant green gets away from like that guessing and stuff like that. I like instant green.
More people guess on Instagram.
How the hell?
Yes, they do.
I want you to guess. I want you to guess on instant green and get a red light.
But
Yeah.
same thing with Pro Tree too, though. You
That's
can't
No.
guess Pro Tree.
No,
You got
pro tree is estimating. You're estimating the time. It's more. It's not a guess.
See? Okay, so as Wong just said, man, you know they run an instant green. LOL. They're not letting us lumberjack on Pro Tree. So it's gonna be instant green, guys.
You can't
Don't know.
a pro tree. A pro tree, if you guess the light on me, I'm right on your ass because I knew when it was coming on too. You know?
Yep.
right.
Now
Yep.
here's the catch. Every single motherfucker I race on a bang light or an instant green, they're already got in their head that they got to guess that light because it's me. So they're already going to guess it. And guess what? If they guess it wrong, they'll just say that I was too quick on the light. I didn't get beat by Biggie. I lost because I red lit, man. So you know how that goes. Now you put me on a
Hey,
pro
well,
tree. You can guess that pro tree all day on me, and I'm right the fuck there with you. You can't treat me like a pro tree. The pro
Yep.
tree makes it even. It makes it even to where the faster people don't gotta have to try to catch up to somebody that was nervous.
Very
no,
true.
but here's the thing though. Instant green is better because it's randomized. It's between 1 to 3 seconds of when that light turns green. Okay. Then instant green, y'all are all shaking your head. Instant green is so much better.
CiCi.
Depends on
CiCi,
what
you-
system it is.
You don't
CiCi,
even
you're
know.
fast. You're
I am.
fast. You've had people guess an instant green racing you already. You're at a
And I still
disadvantage because
guess what?
they're gonna guess and then they got an excuse.
Then guess what? They guess, and I still catch up to them and beat
Yeah,
them.
that's because you got
It'll happen to you. You'll lose a race that you shouldn't have lost, and because somebody
Yep.
guessed on you. I'll
Yep.
tell you what. Let someone guess on you with one of those 7 scales, and you're not catching the motherfucker. You won't catch him.
No,
Telling
it's
you.
out of here. You just got a big advantage.
You won't
Okay,
catch
You
him.
will.
I have raced 7 scales before with my 2-wheel drive on Instagram. Daddy, let me know how it went.
Pro tree. Pro tree no racing. Pro trees.
I'm a love a pro tree. Give me that any day.
But don't you think that's an advantage to people who've never ran on Pro Trees?
That's their problem. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay,
Guess
so
what?
listen,
You can
so
get
let me
on
tell
your
you.
phone
So look,
and
so
practice
here
on
you
the
go.
pro
So
tree.
here you go.
We're
So
going to professional events. We're going to events, and we're going to raise the bar. You hear John Force over there crying like a little bitch, talking about, I can't be on a bang light. No, because they race Pro Tree. That's the thing.
Correct.
You want to go to the parking lot, if you bring your flashlight in your parking lot, you go race in the parking lot all day. On these events, we should be on a tree system. We should have times being told us. This is the point of us going to the next level of a more professional racing.
hold on.
And we have
Dougie.
money that we're involved. We're putting our money down. We're paying for all that hotel, all that goes into that racing to me.
I want to know
So
what
I
time.
want to be on a pro
wanna
tree.
know
I
my-
want to know what exactly because I want to be able to tune on the go too.
Hold on. Doug Eakes just said 400 Pro Tree this Saturday in the 9-3.
Yeah, he been said that.
Really?
We're gonna be on Pro Tree this
We're doing-
weekend.
Oh, I'm not going. Y'all have fun.
It's all Pro Tree.
Yeah, right.
Recently changed. We used to all race on Pro Tree. We never.
Yep.
It don't take you but a minute to get used to it.
I'm good. Y'all have fun with that. I'm not going.
You know what I do? I drink me a cup of coffee. You know how slow that light get in my head. Ooh.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I feel like one, it is not fair to be racing Pro Tree with someone's tree that they race with every single time they go out. So like going
The same 400 light.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's no different. It's all 400 light. It's not different.
Right.
And you can get
It
on
makes
any
the racing even closer.
there you go.
I
It's
don't
even.
care. I want instant green and you need to catch it. You need to cut a good lot.
You can't cut a good night. You know why you want instant green? Because you got young reaction time. Because you're young. That's why. That's
Okay.
because you have an advantage.
Guess what? And guess what? Let me
You
tell
have
you
an advantage.
Let me tell you something.
On a Pro
Let me
Tree.
tell
Why?
There's a 60-year-old man named Rick Talbot. I don't know if he's that old or that young. I don't know. But he's old and He cuts the meanest lots.
You
ever.
picked one old person.
No, there's
Like,
a lot of old people. There's a lot of old people.
You picked one
There's a lot of older
exception.
people
That is
good
not the
on
Okay,
rule.
listen. First of all, Daddy, it cuts really good lots. Okay, and
Yeah.
he's old. He's
But
old.
you got to remember, you come from a video game era. So y'all cut a light better than somebody that's not. 400
Okay.
light
And y'all
is
come
even
from
Steve.
and y'all come from drag racing era where y'all were on a pro tree every weekend.
No.
Daddy
No.
does.
Time,
Daddy does.
you had
Daddy
it
comes
down.
from a racing background where he was on a pro tree every single weekend.
Here's the thing too. Okay, so I used to drag race real cars. There's a totally different reaction I have to have on a drag strip with a real car than an RC car. There's no
Correct.
comparison. All you need to know, 3 lights come on and then the green light comes on. You're going to go up on that tree. You're going to do a couple test passes and you're going to try to cut the light to where as the green's coming on, you're hitting it. It's that simple.
Correct.
You know, like with the Gessa light, I'm going to wait till I see a light. If you don't wait till you see a light, guess what? Now that's unfair to me. That's unfair to me. If you leave before you even see the light, you know, come on now.
Here's the thing: though. The same thing you're saying can still happen on a pro tree. Someone can guess it before they even see it.
No, they can't, because I know when that fucking thing's coming on too. I'm right there.
Instant green will also show
0.1 reaction time. So did I. I'm right there next to them.
Instant green will also show you a red light, though. You're acting like you will not come up red.
No, but when you go back and you watch the slow-mo video,
you don't understand what we're saying.
We don't do slow-mo. I'm talking about how we race when we race rubber tires, how we race when we race bone tires. When you go to
race somebody
and they go red,
the
red light come on a tree.
Oh, okay. I see what he's saying. He's talking about without a track system.
Oh, I'm talking about with a track system. The red lights don't come on.
Anytime I'm watching a video, somebody, and we go back and look at the video,
they still use 2-inch rollouts. So you still have to guess. You can guess that light, and you get 2 inches of a head start before I even move because you guessed it and I didn't.
You know how much momentum that is now?
It's over. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if they want to start changing these tracks to the right way, and they want to change it to where if that car cracks the tire, you're out, then maybe the instant green might work. But these people set the track up just like they usually would for a pro tree and run instant green on it, which lets people jump that light.
No.
Anytime I'm watching somebody and they lose, I lose a race against somebody and they slow-mo the video, and the moment that light comes on, their tires cracking, that means they jumped the light. They guessed. They guessed it. Yeah, they guessed it right.
Light comes on green. If the light comes on green and their tires moved, they cut a good fucking light. Whether they guessed it or not.
That's guessing.
Light.
That's guessing. That ain't the same. Beat me.
Who cares? But here's the thing. It's a 50% chance that they guess it wrong.
How about this? We got 4 people on here disagreeing with you. Yeah, we on your show, but you wrong this time.
I'm wrong. Okay, here's this. How about this? All 4 of you, including Daddy. How about all 4 of you get a 2-wheel drive and race me on an instant green? Who gonna win?
What about you get your 2-wheel drive race us on a pro tree?
Oh, and when I do, and still that ass, don't say nothing.
We
I'm
would.
still but here's
doesn't matter.
You know why? I don't care about running y'all on a pro tree. The thing is, my car's faster, so it's okay.
That's all that has to happen.
But
pro tree is more even because it's
there
no guessing. Nobody's sleeping at the light.
But I don't like that. But I don't like no pro tree. This is not bracket racing. I feel like the only time you get a pro tree. The reason you don't like it is because you haven't raced it. No, I don't like it because this is drag racing. If we wanted to do a bracket car race, if this was bracket, cool, pro tree.
No, that's not that kind of tree.
Bring the pro tree out. If this is a bracket class, but this is head up racing. Green
but
light.
CiCi, you know, most professional drag racing is pro tree.
Yeah.
I've never seen an Instagram.
There's a hole for herself in here.
And I believe this is
big hole, huge.
Just used to the
Keep on this. Keep on this.
Joseph, be quiet.
It ain't real racing because there ain't a pro tree, right? If you're on a pro tree, you're racing.
I believe pro tree, great, cool. Bracket. That's when a pro tree should be out. Bracket.
Yeah, right. John Force doesn't agree with you. All the professionals don't agree with you.
All the professionals.
The only reason they started running instant green in RC is because nobody had timing systems. And everybody was used to just the flashlight start. So when everybody went to a system, most guys wasn't used to running on it. So that's why they went to the instant green.
Yep.
Because you come from the instant green world in a parking lot. But if you got a system, I'm telling you, Pro Tree ain't as hard as you think it is.
I'm telling you, the reason we started traveling for real was because of the Pro Tree.
Exactly. I'm not going to races when I know that they don't have a Pro Tree because I know it's going to be some bull crap.
Yep.
Okay, so now y'all are taking it so far to saying there's no skill to run on a bang light. Y'all are so stupid. Okay, that is just like
the gas when you see the light. But then
so
people put the gas before they see it.
No skill, bro. We're over here arguing about a light, bro. The thing is,
We're not arguing. We're arguing.
Run you down the track.
Yeah.
Cut a good light.
You arguing? We already made our mind up.
Listen, cut a good light. Cut a good light. That's what I say.
I got one for you.
Run a pro tree. That's what we're saying. Run a real race tree. That's what we're saying.
I've gone to other people's tracks before, and those guys have already had a timing agreement with each other where they counted out in their head, and and all of a sudden the guy is cutting a perfect light every time on a bang light or on, and I already know what it is. So it doesn't. It makes it fair. You just ain't never been cheated out your money before with a group of guys that had a little setup on the slick already that they've done. But one day they're gonna get you, and you're gonna see. You gonna be like, "That's bull crap." But guess what? The Pro Tree takes all that away. It's all even Steven.
Here's the thing, though. I'm never worried. On a tree that has instant green.
Because you have an advantage because your car is faster than everybody else's. When you bring your butt to this 7-scale stuff, you're gonna find out real quick you ain't got no advantage. So you're gonna be looking for a little help then. And then you're gonna understand what we mean because you getting in the game way after everybody, and I don't care who helps you. You will not have an advantage in 7-scale.
I don't feel like I have an advantage in 2-wheel drive.
Well, you do right now. You're running superior equipment versus what everybody else is using in 2-wheel drive. I'm not talking about those races.
If you call that advantage,
when you come over here, you're running big tires. You brought the rubber tire game over here, and you got an advantage on most of those guys in that class at our drag racing. And I'm not knocking you. I'm just telling you the truth. So you got an advantage. So yes, you can still go around everybody. But when you get in a 7-scale,
I don't think I have an advantage in 2-wheel drive. I think that I learned how to run on rubber tires, and now the only difference is foam tires. I still have a 2-wheel drive transmission. I don't have an advantage. No, I just have.
Your car is better than a dude with a Bandit. I'm sorry. You can say whatever you want.
You know why? Because I just invested my money better.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm not knocking you. I'm telling you.
But it's not an advantage. It's more so
against a dude with a little bitty Bandit. It's an advantage. Wait till you get in 7-scale.
But your car's louder than me. Couldn't you say that you have an advantage there?
Because it's lighter than yours?
Right.
No. I don't have it. I mean, my car ain't like I had advantage on them because I would build my own stuff for years.
So do I.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I can tell you I see the advantage. That's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking you for it because they could easily go buy that same equipment, but they're not. And if they would have already started doing it by now. And we haven't seen that transition yet. But it might come, hopefully, so we can keep the 2-wheel drive game going. But I'm just saying, when you get to 7-scale, you're going to find it's not going to be like that. It's not. You're going to have to work. And I'm not saying you didn't put in work where you're at. I'm saying you coming in a 7-scale game when people been doing it for so many years already. So there's going to be a learning curve that has to be done very quickly.
You just not used to Pro Tree. Trust me, after you run it this weekend, you'll like it.
No.
Just pay attention.
Too, Carlos.
You know what you do, CiCi? Get your remote in your hand and go stand behind the tree with your remote in your hand and practice watching the light with your remote. You do that about 6 or 7 times, you'll
I'm
get
not
used to
going.
it real quick.
I'm not going.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
don't be a brat. Don't be a brat.
I
Grow up.
am spoiled brat. I'm not going.
You got to be an adult, okay?
I'm an adult, and I'm choosing not to go.
Cut it out.
You know,
But
Leroy
anyway,
Race
this
gonna
was
be on
great,
Pro T
y'all.
too.
This was
And
good. This
CiCi.
was good.
This is a great one.
I
But last question. What chassis are y'all running for 7 scale?
Nick Steel chassis, Saga.
I got Gunsmoke.
I'm
like
running the
Gunsmoke.
original. I'm running a VTE, not the 2, the VTE 7 scale chassis. I got an old chassis.
I just got the Gunsmoke. I liked it, but I have every chassis. I have a Saga. I have a Nick Steel one. I have a that's and the stock Haboa carbon fiber. They all have their advantages. They all have their disadvantages. But right now, I like the Gunsmoke.
Kevin, you'll get your race on an instant green. That's what you'll get. But guys, I feel like this was a great show. Doug East is having a Pro Tree race this weekend. If you want to do that, y'all go have fun with that. I'll see y'all next week at Leroy's birthday race. That's going to be on Instagram.
No, it's
What's
not.
up?
When
It's
is
Pro
Leroy's
Tree.
race?
November
It's Pro Tree
22nd.
too.
Mo just
Pro
it's on
Tree.
a Pro Tree too.
Oh well, I'm just not racing this month. Fuck it. I'm gonna wait till December, and I'm gonna be in Dallas, Texas.
They running Pro Tree at
Wonk, you
Crybaby.
like? Oh, Wonk, you like Kev Cypher 40? Bet.
I got you, Wonk. When they gonna do it? Flip Fest.
Whenever Kevin comes to one of these races, he takes Kevin's side. You gonna take mine? I'm good.
Oh yeah.
Probably Flip Fest.
Cool. Flip Fest. Lock it in.
Flip Fest will be on a Pro Tree.
Yep.
That's cool. But our me and Kevin's race is gonna be on Instagram.
Make sure he agrees to that.
We did. We just locked
Exactly.
in with that.
10-4.
It doesn't matter to him. He commented that earlier. He said it does not matter to him.
10-4. Yeah, you'll like Pro Tree once you run out, though. It really does give both racers the same advantage. Nobody has a better advantage on Pro Tree.
And I feel like nobody has an advantage on Instagram either. It's just pulling the tree. If you red light, you red light. If you guess it, cool.
You don't know.
Bobby, I'll take that bet too. Y'all gonna fund my trip for Flip Fest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all, I'm
This
about
was
to
great.
roll out. This
Do
was
you
a
have
good show,
any-
though.
Do you have any sponsors you want to thank? Or anybody you want to thank?
Who, me?
Oh,
MasterCard.
Angel Diaz, thanks for the great bearings. Nick Steele, thanks for everything. Todd Ming, the best pulleys for the 10 scales he can get. That's about it.
Dennis?
I like to give my shout out to the Gunsmoke. First of all, I got a couple of other small sponsors, but I don't have to mention them right now. That'll be the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, shout out to Pro Tree, sponsored by Pro Tree.
Yeah, that was a good one, Biggie.
Jeez, just my itchy brain. Mo, would you like any shout out to anybody?
Yeah, I want to thank my damn self because I love me.
Yeah.
Period. Period. Well,
Come
guys,
on, CC. I know you got some shout outs.
I do. I've been shouting out them this entire time. Period. Shout out to all my sponsors. Love y'all so much. Shout out to RC Speed Secrets. Period. Yang. And Dynotech. Period. Bets are on. If you would like to take Kevin, go ahead and lock in your bets. Okay. Because y'all are about to lose all your money and take me and Mo on a very nice vacation. Ain't that right, Mo?
That's right.
Thank you guys.
Oh,
Thanks for
yeah, I forgot. Team Saga. Yeah, let me throw that out there.
And everybody go get you some Toto juice. Toto juice.
Mm.
Bye.
There's Serpent Prep. Thank Big E for that prep too.
Oh,
Say
yeah.
that.
Yeah, what's the name of your prep, Big E?
I don't know. They call it, some call it Goat Grip. This is Big E Prep. I don't know. Never named it. Yeah, my buddy Mikey named it Goat Grip, so Some call it goat grip. You know, I don't really try to label myself as anything, man, but it's pretty big.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys. See you later.
Body quite as smooth as us. See, I done worked and I done bled, cause I done hustled way too hard, and I get further every step. The sky's the limit, shoot for stars. Some didn't think we get here. I told them just watch. I push the lights to get that dough, but I don't break cause I've been broke. If ain't no pain, then ain't no growth. Keep it 100, I came in to run it and bet if I had to, I'd do it again. It ain't no race if I don't